Hello friends. Today I'm making a few cards. So I'm going to do some hearts. I've been playing with colors. As you know, I love my vibrant colors. So I think I'm going to go something like this, which is pretty out there, right? But that's me. I love it. I made this one earlier and I like it, but I think I want some of that turquoisey color in there that I love so much with the blue. So I'm going to use that. I've got, as you know, my favorite, I mean, look at all my paintings in here that I will label all these for 2023, 2024. These are those fun Artisto pads. I think they're really great for beginners. I have all kinds of stuff and I love them because I can refer back to them. They're all in a little binder, such a great beginner's pad. And then I'll just write on here 220 or 2023, 2024, and I can always refer back to it. So that's what I'm playing with today. Although once I figure out what exactly I like, I am going to repaint these on my Strathmore watercolor cards to gift. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using today my Princeton 8 round. And I'm actually using the Neptune today because I want this to be really washy and wet. And Neptunes are softer than the Princeton Velvet Touch as far as the bristles, and my experience, it holds a lot more water. So that's what I wanted. I want a real washy, wet and wet on this one. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do first, oh, by the way, are you curious how I draw hearts? Maybe you guys are better than me, but I don't know why. I can't draw a simple little heart for the life of me. So the way I drew this, what happens with me is I get one side bigger, taller, shorter, fatter. I don't know, you guys. So what I do, let me show you real quick, is I will just draw a circle. Let me use a pin so you can see. And you know what? Skip forward if you guys got it and you draw perfect hearts. I don't. So what I typically will do is just draw a circle. Excuse my arm there in the camera. And then I will go back in and I'll put a little line at the top, at the bottom. So that's the tip of my heart and the little, where it goes in. And then I'll go maybe 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So silly, you guys, I know, but this really helps me. And then I just go in and I go around that and I come in. I like my hearts really big and fat too. And same thing here. And even there, look at that. Mine was still a little wonky, but it helps me so much. If I just hand draw them, I'm not kidding. They are really wonky, you guys. So that's what I did here with these. And actually, I can draw those a little bit darker if you like. So you can see those. See, look, isn't this funny? I'm even redrawing this and they're kind of wonky. Now draw your hearts however you want. Like I said, I like my hearts big and fluffy and fat. They just feel happier that way to me. And then we'll go this way. Normally I wouldn't draw this dark because I would want my, I wouldn't want it to show under my watercolors, but I'm going to do that. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this darn cough. You could go in, if you watch my quickie the other day, my 60-second short, I got these wax sticks. So sorry. A lot of you said you could use your crayons too, maybe a white crayon, and just go in and you can, maybe create some of those white spaces. I'm going to go in with a pencil and just kind of, I don't even need a pencil, you guys, but somehow, make little areas where you want the shine, and the shape will be something like, maybe this. Something like that, maybe another one up here. So however you do it, kind of before you start drawing, or painting rather, have a little bit of an idea where you want those white spaces. so that your mind knows, oh, that's right, I need to leave some room for that. There you go. So mine will be something like that. I'm not going to draw mine in. I'm just kind of going to eyeball it. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try and use this palette because I really loved these colors. By the way, I'm using my MeiLang palette. You could certainly use your Winsor Newtons. I love their pinks and blues and greens. I'm using their tree green, which is a really beautiful light green. Their turquoise, or I think they call it turkey blue. We had a whole discussion about that last month, which was really fun. Their rose madder. But you know, put your colors together you want. This is about you. Choose the colors you love. You may want to go with all red. I'm going really crazy vibrant. And then the other thing, surprise, surprise, I'm just got another MAB watercolor palette. Let me tell you guys though, you can order this separate. I bought the whole holographic. So cool, you guys, by the way. I know you're going to hate me. My wallet's hating me right now. And you get all of these, but the one I love is called Kaleidoscope. Love, love, love it. I don't know if you can see it on here, but I think I may even like this better, if I could possibly like something better than the Mirror series. It captures all the different colors, so I'm really loving that right now. Okay, to outline first, I'm actually going to use this little 4 round. This particular one's from Zen Art. I actually really like it. It's kind of like a little fine liner. It's pretty soft. I really like it, actually. If you've been watching my tutorials lately, I've been using them a lot. So let's go into, let's see, I'm going to go into, that's a dark purple. We could certainly use that. I think that's the one I want. All right, let's do this one first. And I'm just going to kind of outline it. And then I'm going to pull the color down. And I'm going to use a few different colors. So I don't want to fully outline it with one color. Then I'm going to go into maybe that turkey blue. So funny. Whenever I use that color, I always crack up. Okay, yeah, let's use that one. And just put that in here. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be one vibrant heart here. Okay. And now I'm going to use my bigger Neptune brush. Make sure you have clean water, by the way. I don't. Oh, you know what? That wasn't the turkey blue. That was more of a, just a regular old blue. I think this would be really pretty with the turkey blue. And I'm just going along that wet edge and starting to pull it. And let it kind of mix and mingle, do some things here. Now, if you did cover up some of, oops, wrong color, some of those white spaces, you can always go in and use some white gouache to add those back in. I am leaving I'm trying to leave a lot of white space. I'm going to grab the tiny brush. Let me see if I can find that turquoise blue. Well, turkey blue, whatever they call it. There we go. I grabbed the wrong one here. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, I love that color. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to kind of let that mix around. Maybe use a little bit more of this color. Love this color. And I'm going pretty wet and wet here, guys. I'm just having fun, honestly. Okay, let's let that kind of sit. Okay, so we've got that one. I think that's really pretty. Let's go on to this one because I don't want to paint directly next to this one. Otherwise, it's going to kind of mix and turn into a big puddle. So let's do this one. How about we go with Rose Madder, which is one of my favorite colors. It's this really blue, almost a mix between Opera Rose and Winsor Newton. And I'm going pretty heavy and wet here. And then I'm going to mix, let's go with our yellow orange. I think that'll be really pretty. Ooh, yeah. As you know, if you've been watching me, I love Quin Magenta and yellow orange. Woo! That is a pop of color, guys. Okay, go in with our brush and just start mixing, letting this mix around. I've got a pretty wet brush here, you guys. As you know, I don't normally with beginners have you do that, but this is the thing. I want this to be really washy, so that's fine with me. And I am leaving some white spaces in here so that we get some feeling of some maybe shine and some things like that. And then let's go in with maybe even just a little bit of our yellow. That's kind of pretty. Got to be careful, that cad yellow is really yellow. There we go. Okay, I kind of like that. I think on here, I feel like I want to add, let's just play with our white. Oops, I'm dripping all over my paper here, guys. No need to worry. I just wipe it up. Let's just play with a little bit of our white gouache. I feel like I want to, so this is how I would normally use it, is straight out of the tube. Don't really like using the point of my brush, but I'm kind of going on the side, and it's pretty watery, so I'm just going to add some of that in there. Oh yeah, look how pretty that is. Now if this is still wet, it should have a nice mix. Let's close that. Sometimes tubes will, this one's a little bit older, but brand new tubes will always release a little. I'm going to go in here too with that rose red and just kind of sprinkle in a little. There we go. Look how pretty. Woo! You guys, I know I say it all the time. You're probably like, oh my God, we hear her say this all the time, but I woke up in the middle of the night last night thinking about this, and I was like, I can't wait to get up and paint this and share this with you guys. I'm getting water everywhere. Let's just soak up some of that water so I don't put my arm in it. Okay, the last one I'm going to do here, I want to use this really pretty, there's the turquoise blue and some green. So funny. Every time I say that turquoise blue, I kind of laugh to myself. Okay, let's go in and let's use this tiny Zen brush. The other thing, you guys, I love about, I don't know if I have it sitting here. I bought this set way last year. Here it is. The other reason I actually even originally got these Zen brushes is because I like to travel with my brushes. And it comes in this really cool bamboo kit. Let me open it and I'll show you. I don't even know if all my brushes are in here. Oh, here's all their paperwork. I actually like it too because it was founded by a woman, a mom. So I thought that was kind of cool. But look how cool. This is such a great little bamboo wrap to carry all your brushes in. So that was really what attracted to me in the beginning. And then I really did like their brushes. Okay, let's get back to this. So this last color, I'm going to go around the edges with that really pretty green. Let me swatch this just a bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think that's I want to say in MeiLiang that's a hooker's green. I'm almost positive. And I'm just going to turn this because I don't want to stick my hand in there. And be very careful if you're working right next to that. Also, make sure that this is very wet. So just outlining my heart. There we go. And now I'll go in with the turkey blue. And I just love when this stuff bleeds together. I think it's so pretty. So I'm kind of trying to mix that blue and green already. Look how pretty that is. And then let's go in with our water and start pulling that out before it dries. Kind of being aware of where I want that white space. There we go. Ooh, look how pretty that color is. In spite of the kind of interesting name, it's such a beautiful color. And I am leaving lots of white space here, guys. I think what I'll do now is just go in there with maybe a little bit of, maybe just a tiny, be careful with that turkey blue because it's pretty vibrant. And add some in. I might even add some yellow in here. Ooh! I should have known better with that. I'm always telling you guys, watch out for that cad yellow, you guys. And I just slopped it in there like with no thought. There we go. So pretty. I need some of this on my palette. And letting all of these mix, letting them mix together and kind of create their own colors. That's always my favorite with watercolors. I think that's really, if you want to call it the happy accidents, whatever you want to call it, that's the fun of watercolors for me, is those wonderful blends and bleeds. I always try to allow my colors to mix on my paper. I think that's so much more interesting because sometimes you couldn't get the color that you get on your paper when it mixes kind of organically. And then before that dries, I'll go in with my white. Actually, let's go in with just a tiny bit of, let's go in with a tiny bit of green. I want to cover up, well, that's all right. And just let that mix a bit. Haven't got that wet enough, so I'm just going to get that a little bit more wet. I think this will definitely be my card I set. These almost look like little candies, don't they? Love that. Okay, so the other thing let's do right now is, let me grab my 8 micron pen, which I need another one. It's about ready to retire, I think. And what would be really fun here, you could even write words in those strings if you wanted to, or maybe do a little bow here. Like that. Maybe a little bow here. And one here. Kind of try and play with the bows. Don't make them all completely the same. Something like that. I'm just adding some interest. You don't have to do this part. There we go. How cute is this, you guys? Oh my gosh. I feel like I could eat these. They remind me of little jelly beans or something. Let's see. Let's add in, I'm getting this white gouache all over my hands. Let's get our brush wet and go in with some of that gouache. Again, I'm trying not to too much use the tip of my brush because I don't want it to ruin my tip. And usually when you splatter, you kind of have to have a lot of water for it to splatter for you. There we go. Now here, that white splatter is mixing a little bit more. Here it isn't because it's wet. That's okay. And then before this dries too much, I think what I'll do, actually, I'm going to use my heat gun and I'm going to dry this because you know what I want to do, you guys? I want to use that holographic. And I want to kind of add some of that in here. So I'm going to turn on my heat gun for a minute. I have to use one of these, by the way, in the winter because it's just too cold here. Things take forever. And with this, it'll dry it up pretty quick. These two are almost dry. But look at how cute this is, you guys. Isn't that fun? It kind of reminds me of little candy hearts. You could even write on these balloons, like maybe I love you. You could write I love you in the strings. Get creative, just kind of go with whatever you got going there. But me being obsessed with these metallics, I'm going to add some metallics here. If this is quite enough for you, you could just kind of stop watching at this point. But I'm going to kind of play with this a bit. See what those metallics do. Okay. I will tell you, one of the good things about MAB watercolors, I tend to buy the whole palette or the whole little series in a pan, but really you can buy these individually too. So you could just buy the one I really, really am loving right now. I think, you guys, I will dare say it, even more than those metallics we used at Christmas time, is this one, and it's called Kaleidoscope. And the reason I'm loving it is because, boy, it isn't just shiny, shimmery, metallic-y. It has all these colors in it, like holographics. It's really beautiful. So let me get some water here. Look at that, how it moves around. Woo, I know, I'm totally out of control, you guys. Okay, and I'm just gonna go with the side of my brush and sweep through there, like that. Okay, pick up some more. Oh my gosh, you guys. I so hope you can see this because it's amazing. Let's try it again. Then I'll show it. I wish I knew how to zoom in the middle of a painting. Pick up just, you know, play with this. I mean, do swatches of this and see how much you need. But I can't get enough. I just want to keep adding it to everything, as you've probably noticed. So looky there. Ooh, don't you love it? Now again, you don't have to add that last part in, but for me, like I said, I know I got a problem here with metallics. I mean, I could color in, I gotta stop because I could just color in this whole darn painting with metallics. So I'm just gonna stop right now. I can always come back and add more. All right, guys, I hope that was fun for you. I had a good time. Anytime I can add metallics is a good time for me. And I'll list some of these if there's something in particular you saw. I was using the bigger MeiLang palette. I know a lot of you guys have. I'm a lazy painter, so this works for me, unless I'm doing a commission or something. But and then these MAB, the holographic series, just got these. If she's out of them, just message her. She's really good about making them all the time. But the Kaleidoscope in particular is my favorite. And here's another one. So a couple different ones, you know, choose your colors. You might want to go one all monochromatic with all reds. And I kind of played with my palette to see what colors I wanted to use. So there you go. Have fun. If you have any questions, just let me know. And happy painting, friends. Thanks for being here with me.